I did want to talk about. I wanted to talk about the Pete Hegseth situation. So it appears that Pete Hegseth is kind of the next Matt Gaetz target. He had, I don't know if it's another signal leak or if they're just redredging up the original signal.
No, they're saying there was a second signal chat that allegedly had his personal family members on, where he was sharing sensitive data and information with them about the strikes.
Not good. Yeah, that's.
Some people are saying he was a boomer. He made a mistake here. He made another video at the White House lawn, kind of explaining.
Oh yeah. I got that.
On here and his point of view here. But for me, I there was an article from the corporate media that described him, along with Tulsi Gabbard, being the few individuals that actually prevented Donald Trump from bombing Iran.
Did you see that Israel is going to try to do it anyway now?
Yeah, which is insane and sociopathic. But Pete Hegseth here was one of the voices, according to the corporate media, that was saying, no, we can't bomb Iran. This is not a good idea. This is not a good strategy. And I think this is their kind of retaliation against him for being such a outspoken critic against this kind of foreign policy and war.
Yeah, here's that clip, I think.
What do you want to say, sir, about the signal chat controversy?
You know, what a big surprise that a few leakers get fired and suddenly a bunch of hit pieces come out from the same media that peddled the Russia hoax. Won't get back their Pulitzers. They got Pulitzers for a bunch of lies.
That's true.
Pulitzers for a bunch of lies. Yep. And on hoaxes, time and time and time again. And as they peddle those lies, no one ever calls them on it. See, this is what the media does. They take anonymous sources from disgruntled former employees, and then they try to slash and burn people and ruin their reputations. Not going to work with me, because we're changing the Defense Department, putting the Pentagon back in the hands of warfighters, and anonymous smears from disgruntled former employees on old news doesn't matter. So I'm happy to be here at the Easter egg roll with my dad and my kids, because, you know, this is what we're doing it for. These kids right here. This is why we're fighting the fake news media. This is why we're fighting slash and burn Democrats. This is why we're fighting hoaxsters. This group, no, this group right here, full of hoaxsters that peddle anonymous sources from leakers with axes to grind, and then you put it all together as if it's some news story. And when we know it, we know exactly what it is. So I'm really proud of what we're doing for the president, fighting hard across the board, and I'm going to go roll some Easter eggs with my kids.
Yeah, I mean, do I believe he probably signal chatted with other people? Yep, I do.
Do I care?
Do I care? Right. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
There's so many leakers of information within the government, within Biden's administration, Trump's administration, and for them to be clutching their pearls here is ridiculous. NPR ran a story talking about how the White House was now looking to replace Pete Hegseth, and everyone was running wild with the story. That story was according to the White House just made up. That was not true at all here.
Here's from 2 hours ago on the BBC. Trump backs defense secretary after, like, he never even got rid of the original guy. He didn't get rid of the dork that added the journalist to the group in the first place. Why would they get rid of Pete Hegseth over this?
So now they're describing a second signal chat. Again, I don't care.
I don't either.
Care if he's sending wiener pics to the national.
Do we think I
don't care.
One of the funniest things is, like, do we think that Pete Hegseth doesn't? Do we think that politicians do or do not tell their loved ones what's going on? Because the answer is, of course they do. All of them do. And it's only a problem when it's Pete Hegseth who's anti-war. The idea that...
Well, to be fair, he hasn't always been anti-war.
True.
He's been hanging around the Lindsey Graham, John McCain's of the world. And I was a little skeptical of his kind of leadership role, but I think he proven himself through this Iran decision, which I think was the right decision here. But him also responding, like, I don't think that response that he just gave was the best. I think him responding on social media isn't the best either, because it's like sharks smelling blood in the water.
Yeah,
right now.
don't even address it. Just keep moving forward.
Yeah, to me, with him addressing this, when I see people addressing comments and trolls, and I'm like, okay, dude, let's hone it in here. Let's get back to normal. Let's stay focused on getting the job done, and let's stop. Because again, this to me isn't the best of optics. Like,
don't even
not have a signal chat doesn't matter. But don't give the corporate media some red meat here, because you look like you are more sensitive. You look like you are more susceptible to their influence than you're showing here. And again, that statement could have been done with a lot less emotion. And he just responded also to the Democrats on Twitter in a very interesting way as well, which is like, okay, like I get it. You want to clap back against some of these people, but you're in government now. Now's not the time to clap back. Now's the time to get stuff done.
Yeah, I mean, not to bring up everyone's favorite Pam Bondi, but it's like, I don't want to see Pam Bondi on Fox News again. I want to see her releasing files. Yeah, but I want to see her deporting. I want to see her arresting government officials. That's what I want.
Yeah. Let's get after some high-level criminals here that are still out there hurting children and doing horrible stuff. But listen, this is so crazy here, because the media is gonna run with this. We're gonna probably hear about this for the next few days. Pete Hegseth, second signal chat with his wife. Oh no!
Yeah.
Have we not forgotten about Jill Biden? Sorry, Dr. Jill Biden.
Dr. Jill, Luke.
That was literally in the Oval Office. That was running Biden's whole entire administration. That was calling the shots here. That was forcing the man on stage. That was, navigating and controlling much of the government when Biden was taking a nap here. Have we not forgotten about that? Seriously. Like, save me.
Dr. Autopen. Yeah. Hillary Clinton, she was basically, all of these people's spouses knew exactly what's going on. I don't really care if there's another signal chat. I just don't care. And the Democrats will run for the next week or so. How this is a crazy, this is just absolutely crazy, breach of security, when their president was like asleep at the wheel. I just don't get it. Hold on a second. Sorry. Pete, I don't think they're going to get Pete out. He's fine. The signal chat thing is whatever. I'm sure Trump's not like pumped about it, but you can't give these guys any kind of
Don't give him any red meat. Don't give him anything. Don't give him your attention here. And he should have been a little more careful. It's not the media. It's the corporate media, right? Yeah. It's the establishment media. It's the narrative media. There's a big difference between that. As I would say, there's a couple bad apples in independent media, but independent media overwhelmingly isn't as synchronized with their, talking points that they all run at the same time. Clearly, they're looking for blood. Clearly, they're looking to attack him. And his response here does kind of signal that he's probably in bigger trouble than what the administration is letting on to.
You're probably right.
But you're also letting them kind of win here. Like, don't let them win. Don't give them anything. Respond back and be like, okay, all you have to do is right now just respond back, being like, okay, let's look at Joe Biden here. If you're going to get mad about
right.
me and my wife having a signal chat here or whatever it is. And they'll just kind of walk away and treat it like it's ridiculous, because it is ridiculous in my opinion.